Oscar Mabuyane has just been re-elected as chairperson of the ANC in the Eastern Cape. He spoke a short time ago at a briefing where he called for unity among members in the province. Let's take you live to East London and speak to our reporter Sipa Gema, who's been tracking that conference since the weekend. Sipa, give us the reactions then to Mabuyane's victory.
Well, of course, as you mentioned, Tebekile, that Mabuyane has retained his position as the chairperson of the province. But not only that, his entire slate actually took all the top 5 positions. Now, I just want to quickly, get word in from Uteris Ntotu, who was, of course, contesting for provincial secretary under the Babalo Matikizela state. Now, Teres, I mean, looking at the numbers, even though, yes, when you dissect the numbers from the branches, one would say, okay, it's a lot of numbers, but looking at the results that we got out now, I mean, considering that this was your group's first campaign, and you literally just started, I think, in 2021 to campaign, it was looking good. It was good numbers, though.
It's good. We appreciate the love shown by the members of the ANC. It means a lot to us. It means that they trusted our vision and objectives. So we're very happy. We understand that in the ANC, the internal democracy of the ANC is a best and a beautiful thing. And when you enter into that space, you must expect to lose or win. It's part of our tradition as a movement. So we're happy. We're happy.
What do you think was the main issue that maybe caused for your group not to have those final numbers that you needed, of course, to get through and get those positions?
Look, because now it's after the elections, I don't want to sound as if I'm bitter or something. You'd remember that yesterday we raised quite a number of issues, and I don't want to repeat those matters. My responsibility now is to accept the outcome, and mobilize other members of the ANC to do the same thing and be ready to be led by this leadership. Because if I continue to raise things which I've raised before the elections, it means that I'll continue not accepting the outcomes of this conference. So what is important now is way forward, that we accept leadership. We're going to go down to our regions and branches and work with this elected leadership so that the ANC becomes stronger and ready for 2024 elections.
All right, thank you so much. That's Teres Ntotu, of course, saying that they have accepted, of course, and that the only way forward now is to go back to the regions, of course, and put in the work. As you said, renewal and unity is what you're trying to put together now with this ANC. I guess that's something that we'll need to look out for. Now, I do have another guest of mine here, that is Ofundile Kate, who's also part of the ANC membership here. Now, I mean, Mr. Kate, going into it, I think let's start here. Getting into it, there were questions around where you stood exactly with, the two groupings, the two main groupings that were coming in. But of course, now we see, Oscar Mabuyane coming out on top with his slate, taking over the top 5 position. You had a lot to say leading up to this conference regarding renewal as well as social cohesion within the previous leadership. What do you have to say now about the leadership that you have now?
Yes, we must welcome the leadership that has emerged because it is precisely out of the product of the branches' preferences. But the debate about the renewal and the soul of the ANC is just on the beginning. There are bigger battles to be fought, whether the ANC can be able to sustain itself for the next 100 years. It is not going to define itself in the context of the elections in a conference, but it is going to define itself in terms of how the leadership elected conduct the business of the people. Remember, the people that are here are just managing the internal administration of the ANC. They are not necessarily the ANC. The ANC people are out there expecting this conference to resolve their own issues.
All right, thank you so much. That's Mr. Kate Fundile Kate, of course, who was part of the PEC. Of course, I think he's been added on as well, nominated as an additional member of the PEC as well. Now, for now, Thembekile, it's back to you in studio. Of course, we're going to continue bringing you more updates, more reactions from the Eastern Cape Provincial Conference.
Sipha Kema, thank you very much for that update from the Eastern Cape.